Oh boy, this one's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. Johnny the narcissist. Or is it Johnny from Aruba? Or is it Johnny's 6 kids? Or is it Johnny the gaslighter? Oh, there's so many names we can have for this guy. But Johnny's somebody that started off the season with people kind of being on his side because people just disliked Chloe more than they disliked him. But now, now the season's over, people definitely don't like Johnny because he showed himself, he showed his real true colors about how petty, how narcissistic he can be, among so many other words. But let's get into this article here regarding Johnny himself in particular and him allegedly expecting a new child with his new woman. The title does read right here, ladies and gentlemen, that 90 Day star Johnny has 6 kids already with a question mark. So that means allegedly he has 6 kids. Now I remember this rumor coming out earlier on in the season and he came out to deny that it was ever true. But Johnny is somebody that is displayed throughout the season that he has the inability to do what? To tell the truth. So let's continue. Now it does say he might be expecting 7th baby with new woman. So he comes in here, gives us a nice little cheeky background of exactly what's been happening. So for the people who don't know, when it comes to Johnny, Johnny is all the way from Aruba and officially takes the cake over the controversial personalities in the show's history. Also says if one is a consistent follower of the 90 Day Fiance franchise, one might know his questionable lifestyle. Now that he and Chloe have broken up, he evidently gone back to his old ways. Now, what are his old ways? His old ways of him pretty much escorting himself out. You know, like that didn't make sense, did it? His old ways is him allowing himself to have no value for his body and sleeping with any woman that comes on the pirate ship. That is his old ways. Because the man does not respect himself. He thinks respecting himself is being able to sleep with every single woman that comes on there and gives him attention. That is not a way to live. It really shows you and tells you a lot about himself and how he sees himself. But hey, we continue. It does say that, of course, here their breakup has been making rounds on the internet lately. His betrayal had opened up Chloe's eyes to the red flags. And you know what? One of the reasons why people did not like Chloe more than him at some point was purely because the red flags were there. But she decided to ignore them because she thought that she was special. She thought that she could change him. Which of course she found out she can't. Continues by saying she immediately dumped him, making the fandom rejoice. Since then, many fans have photographed with him with multiple women living his old life. But rumors started circulating that he's expecting a child after a controversial photo made the rounds on the internet. Now online blogger has come up with some new details. So here's the thing, folks. Unfortunately, these things have gone missing. So we're unable to actually show you guys what exactly was being said here. But either way, we can still get the nitty and gritty of what's going on here. Now it continues here on the next way. It says that Johnny reaches his limit and lashes out at fans trolling him. Now, of course, when it comes to Johnny, we have definitely seen that he's somebody that is stupidly petty. He does not like being wrong. He doesn't like to be shown in a bad light. He doesn't like his reputation being tarnished. So when it comes to that, he is more than happy to lash at any single person that comes his way, the same way he was towards Chloe in the very last episode of 90 Day Fiance Other Way, up until before the Terror. And remember guys, this week we've got Terror Part 1 of The Other Way, so I've got a feeling we're gonna have a good time with that one, so make sure you're here for that, which means subscribe and notifications on, and also like this video. But let's continue. After Johnny showed his true colors in recent episodes, the 90 Day Fiance fandom understandably started subjecting him to immense hate and criticism. One such fan posted a video content trolling Johnny for his questionable behavior. In response to the troll, Johnny tried again to use his trademark gaslighting techniques on the fandom, accusing Chloe of cheating. So when somebody called him out, he decided to flip the script. Now listen folks, even if Chloe did cheat on him, it doesn't change the fact that he was doing it too. Two wrongs don't make a right. So him trying to throw Chloe under the bus to cover up for his behavior is a weak ass move from a weak ass man who does not value his own freaking body. Lord knows how many STDs this man may be carrying in his body. And it's crazy because you see, he was actually accused of being heavy on the STDs, but he then came out of a post confirming to every single one of us that he was actually clean. But anyway, we continue. He even slammed the fan for having balls enough to call him out like that. Bunch of pussies hiding behind the screen. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes, yes, there are a bunch of pussies, as he says, hiding behind the screen, talking the largest. But then sometimes, even the person that they are calling out is actually a pussy himself. Just putting it out there. But to be fair with you, everybody's tough nowadays, aren't they, on the internet? But nonetheless, this continues. He lashed out at the content creator after such recent events. His mask of unbothered seems to be slipping as he seemingly reached his limit. Online blogger 90 Day Fiance Alexa featured Johnny's latest lash out on the Instagram page. Unfortunately, that is something that I believe that was supposed to be here, but isn't there anymore. Or it was supposed to be here, but isn't here anymore. But let's get into what's being said here. Johnny allegedly has 6 children with different women and expecting the 7th one. 90 Day Fiance star Johnny has undoubtedly landed himself in a hotbed of fan criticism. Moreover, he seems ignorant and continues down the same path that led him to his instance in the first place. In the recent tell-all trailer, he had additionally revealed that he already has a new woman. Furthermore, he remarked the situation is complicated. And because the situation is complicated, this is where things started getting interesting, where people started having rumors that maybe he's got a baby on the way. But it wasn't just due down to the trailer, it was also due to a photo that leaked online, which has now bloody disappeared. This is why I always say screenshot things. And I had it on my phone, I'm sure, but for some reason it's gone somewhere. But hey, I'm sure it'll resurface somewhere at some point. But to be fair, at the tell, we will find out whether or not he is in a situation that involves the new woman being pregnant, which would therefore mean that he may have 7 kids now, or that kid may be his first. But hey, with Johnny's one of those people that getting the truth out of him is very, very unlikely. But nonetheless, there'll be continue where it says, just as the fandom was speculating about his complicated circumstances, a controversial photo surfaced online. Online blogger Keegan Kibitz featured Johnny's photo of him singing praises and talking happily beside a pregnant woman. Moreover, his hands was at her waist as he held her close. Why can't I not say this word? Affectionately. There we go. Needless to say, many fans speculate that he had gotten a woman pregnant. And you know what? Funny enough, folks, I actually do know where that post is now. I forgot that's where it was, Keegan Kibitz's page. So let me do you guys a lovely favor and let me pull up the photo. Because I remember I saw it on Reddit. Now I know where else it's at. And as you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the photo that is being referred to. And as you can see, this woman here seems to be carrying something that looks like a bump on her stomach. So it's either one, she could generally be pregnant and that is a bump, or it could mean maybe she's just feeling a little bit bloated, but maybe she's just eating something. Or she could be bloated for other reasons. I will leave that there. I don't want to get on, you know what I'm saying? I don't want women being like, how dare you say that? So really and truly right now, this one is still up for question whether or not she is pregnant or if she just bloated from eating something or something else is happening with her body. I'll let you lovely folks be the judge of this photo that is now causing this conversation regarding Johnny having a new woman pregnant. Okay, but at the same time, the woman there in the photo, she might just be someone that was just there at the same event as him, and maybe she stood up and he's doing something else with her, and it's nothing to do with him actually being with her in general. But again, who are we to know? Either way, it continues by saying, however, another online blogger brought to light left the fandom dumbstruck. 90 Day Fiance Alexa reported that the reality TV star has already fathered 6 children with different women, and if this recent viral story is true, he would be fathering his 7th child. They reside in both Aruba and the USA, she wrote after a source confirmed. Allegedly, Johnny himself told the source this while the source was on holiday in Aruba. Needless to say, the fandom is at loss for words. In recent news, it is actually true. He would be expecting his 7th child. So it comes down to really and truly, what do we want to believe? Now, of course, when it comes to him having 6 children, there is not necessarily any proof of it physically, but the only proof that has been given is the fact that there is a source that has come out to spill the tea towards another blogger. And then also on top of that, when it comes to the 7th one, that one is just a conspiracy based on a picture of a woman. So the question is this, does he have 6 kids? And is there a 7th on the way? And also, is the picture, we'll leave it as that. So please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, Well, actually, no, wait. Before I say that, men, and for men specifically, just because you're sleeping around with as many women as you like, understand it tells you a lot about yourself and how much you don't value your body. Just let that sink in. But hey, I'm out. Peace.